Hey guys, thank you for watching. We want to welcome in the heavenly hosts, welcome in the angels of God, the archangels, and all the heavenly hosts to come in and for protection, for guidance, for instruction, to bring us to the place that the divine will have us to be at for this time, for this reading, for this moment. Now, the divine has been showing me about soulmates. You know, that person that you meet and they just get you. That person that you meet and they just know who you are, and you feel you know who they are. So we want to, first of all, thank you, Heavenly Father, for this opportunity, for this reading, for this sharing, for the opportunity to heal. We ask that you protect each one here and each one that passes by this reading. We pray good vibes, good health, and good problem solving to any situation that they're in. Now, the divine's been showing me a lot about soulmates and how to determine who your soulmate is, and even led me to do an ebook on it. So you'll find that in the description. You'll find a link to that in the description. But for those of you who are looking at and wondering if this person is your soulmate, we're going to allow the divine to give us insight on that. And this for this reading, take what resonates, and that which does not, don't worry about it. You just take the part that fits you, that you resonate with, or that you feel that applies to you. Now, our first card says, soulmates do not control you. Soulmates don't control you. And what that means is when you're in a situation with someone that you feel is your mate, that you feel gets you, and maybe at first they seem to have gotten you and then later on they didn't. They start doing little things to keep you from doing the things that you would normally do. That's not a soulmate. Soulmates don't control you. It could be a possibility that you think that person is your soulmate and they're not actually your soulmate. They could have presented themselves as such from the beginning, but ended up creating a situation to where you're uncomfortable. Soulmates don't make each other uncomfortable. They don't hinder each other. They build, help repair, and help to grow. They help build you up, not slam you down or put you in a tight corner to where you can't breathe or you can't move around, you can't do anything. And this card says, it's okay if they're not them. It's okay if this person is not your soulmate. If you feel that they're your soulmate and maybe they're not ready to be a soulmate, or maybe they're not ready to look at it, because sometimes when you love a person and you give them your heart, it can be extremely overwhelming. Some people aren't ready for that, and they'll look at and they may run. So if they run, it's okay. Let them run. That's totally okay. You have to wait until they're ready. And this one says, your soulmate does not mean that they're perfect. When it's your soulmate, it doesn't mean that they're going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. It just means that you work at a common ground. You come together to work together at different things in your lives. You understand each other. Work with understanding. You work with tenderness and gentleness according to how you relate to that person and according to how they relate to you. They're relating to you. And even if it seems like it's not as gentle as the next person's, you don't compare relationships. When you're with your soulmate, they just get you and you get them. However, whatever dynamic you guys operate in, you get each other. And this one says, your soulmate does not mean that they're perfect. Okay, we just did that one. And on this one, you often find yourself thinking the same things. So you guys can have the same thoughts. You guys can think alike. Guys can do things alike. But you often find that um, yourself thinking the same things. You can finish each other's sentences because you think alike. You move alike. Even when it comes to problem solving, you solve problems alike. You apply understanding alike. And this one says soulmate energy is sacred. Soulmate energy is sacred. So when it comes to your soulmate, it's a special bond that soulmates have. It's not just your regular coming together. There's a bond. It's more than just camaraderie. It's an understanding. It goes into depths that can't be often explained or um, people look at you and all because they can't quite understand how y'all get each other so much and how you guys are so much alike. But that's a sacred thing from the divine. Soulmate energy is sacred. It's it's to be treasured. And these are the things the divine gave me as we were discussing soulmates and how they intertwine and how they operate and how they understand each other, how they get each other. And so a soulmate is a special thing. And this one says, like we mentioned earlier, if they run, let them. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Sometimes love, especially if they haven't had love all their life and all of a sudden they meet you and you're loving them like nobody's business. You love them in in a detailed way. You love the details of them. You love what they're about. You love how they love. You love how they do. And that's special. That's awesome. That's something that you can't fabricate or make up. That's something that has to come from the divine. And this is going to be our last one. It says soulmate energy builds and uplifts. So we talked about that. Soulmates, they build each other, they uplift each other. You come together and you realize, well, we're going to change, we're going to work on ourselves together. I'm not just going to work on you, you're not just going to work on me. We're going to work together and work on ourselves together. You understand that we both can make our lives better. We both can build toward that common goal of becoming better together because that's what makes it so special. We can do this together. We don't have to do it by ourselves, and that's straight from the divine. It's such a blessing. Soulmate energy builds and uplifts. So you build each other, you uplift each other. You don't judge. You're not running around judging each other and constantly berating each other, but you're uplifting and sharing and caring and understanding. All right. That's it for now, you guys. See you next time.